Hey guys, Mike with Gettin Greasy Garage, and yeah, we're outside and it's dark now, but I had a minute here, so I thought I'd kind of give you guys an update. Last you saw, we were working on floor pans, and now we're outside on the 2003 Silverado, the $1,000 auto, and finally got the 4.8 Turbo LS set in. I do have to slide it forward. The torque converter was not fully engaged into the 4060, and then I can finish dropping it in. But my roof's kind of small. It started raining. Plywood got wet. I don't have a need to lay under cars getting wet anymore. I'm getting old, and this isn't like have to have it for work tomorrow morning kind of thing. So, but yeah, this nice to see this motor finally semi back in its home. Be glad to get this thing done, get it running. It's been a project that took entirely way too long, but it's coming along. Progress is being made, so I can get the cherry picker out of here. Did run into, this is like a 40-year-old cherry picker. I'm sure it was pre-Harbor Freight, probably one of the old Chinese tool places back in the day. Got it from my uncle. I like it because it's got a small footprint, but what I ran into was I had to extend the boom because this LS sits so far back in there that the ram would hit the front bumper. So pulled the bolt out here, slid the boom out another 6 inches, and stuck a hose clamp or a clamp on it to keep it from sliding back in when we were shoving the motor back. So I wasn't worried about it pulling out because the end of this tube will bite into there pretty securely. So don't do this at home, folks. I've been doing this stuff for years, and I know how far to push the limits on things. So anyway, was working on that today. Well, not actually today. Today's Sunday. I don't work on the Lord's Day. I generally take the day off. The other thing that's going on is this is a 2.4 liter Chrysler turbo motor that is out of a 2002 PT Cruiser. Had originally came to me for a water pump. I don't normally work on stuff like this anymore, but once a year I try to do a job on a car to help somebody out. And the woman that owns the car, very hardworking lady, takes care of a disabled family member, works a lot of hours, and you know, sometimes people can use a hand up in life, and so I decided to fix it for her, minimal cost to her, and it was water pump, it was overheating, and so she brought it here, towed it, dropped it off. When I got it running, it was a lot more than just a water pump. It was a head gasket. Let me grab the head gasket here and I'll show you guys. Okay guys, so I got the head gasket off it. This is what they call an MLS head gasket, multi-layered steel. I don't think this is going to, camera, phone's going to pick it up. You can kind of see the couple layers. Anyway, as you can see, right there between the two cylinders, right there between two cylinders, and right there between the two cylinders. And the number 3 piston, which would be this hole, was also digesting coolant. And it was pressurizing the coolant system. Amazingly, the crankcase did not turn into a milkshake on this thing. But yeah, all the cylinders popped. She got lucky because cylinder head is not warped, it's not cracked. So went ahead and cleaned everything up, stuck a new head gasket in it, and I have to get a puller to pull the, let's move back over here, harmonic balancer off so I can put the timing belt on, get the cams back in and everything, which I actually have the right puller, but I modified it to use on LS dampers, harmonic balancers. So can't no longer use it on this type, but no big deal. I'll pick one up in town tomorrow at the local parts house, and I'll get everything back in this. It's also got oil leaks from everywhere. She bought a gasket kit, so I'll re-gasket what I can and use right stuff and glue everything else back together. This, like I said, this isn't a money maker. This is just helping somebody out, so I'm not going to be fancy with it. I'm just going to make it not leak. Apparently she was going through a quart of oil a week and 2 quarts of tranny fluid about every 4 days with a little automatic transmission, transaxle. So there's a couple of pans on the oil pan on the transmission and another side cover that are leaking very bad. So I'll glue those on so they don't leak. Because we all know the prices of fluids these days, and when you're on a tight budget, even a quart of oil can be too much. So anyway, if you if you have the skills, it doesn't hurt to share them. I do this once a year. Like I say, I try to find somebody to help out, and this just happened to be that. Haven't done it fast. The car's been here a couple of months. She does have another car to drive, so I haven't really pushed too hard. But anyway, so doing that. As I said before, the last we left off was on the Fairlane here, doing the floor pans, and I had to stop because I ran out of argon. Well, it's 75% argon, 25% CO2, so argon mix. So I took both bottles in, and I have 2 of these guys. They're, I don't know, 40 pounders, or I don't know how they rate these things, but 2 of them in, got them filled up. So back in action again. Let me go show you guys something here. Okay, guys, so this is the receipt for the gas. And as you can see, that's what it is. And $60 a bottle. Worked out to, $134.69. Seems to me the gas has gone up a little bit since just a couple months ago when I bought gas. That's typical of anything else of late, with inflation and everything. But that might, I don't know what you pay in your area, but up here in Western Washington, this is what I paid. Apparently, with that size bottle, that is 4 hours of steady welding. That's how long it takes to start to finish to use one of those bottles on a MIG machine. That's what the guy at the welding shop said. I don't know how true that is. Sounds about right. Especially doing like sheet metal work where you're doing a lot of spot weld, or tack. Every time you pull the trigger, the thing squirts gas. So he gave me some ideas on some settings that might help me conserve gas, i.e. I can turn my inductance down and my wire speed a little bit, and I should be able to, inside of a shop like this where I don't have any breeze or wind, be able to turn my gas down to about 20 on the gauge, however it's measured. I don't know if it's PSI or what it is, but set at 25 now. I should be able to drop it down to 20 to save a little bit. But realistically, that's 2 tanks, 8 hours of welding, steady welding. So, yeah. But, so tomorrow's Monday. As long as it's not raining, or if it's not raining, I should say, because this is Western Washington in the fall. then get back out there and get the torque converter shoved in so I can get the LS buttoned up. I also went to the metal yard. Now I bought 2 each, so there's 2 pieces of 18 gauge, 2 foot by 4 foot, and I got 2 pieces of 2 foot by 4 foot 22 gauge, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's one. There's the metal there. I bought some welding pencils too. You can see what it is there. There's the prices. So that was $125.83. That was what is that? 8 foot of metal, 4 by 8 foot of metal. But you know, two by 4 pieces of 18 and 2 of the 22 gauge. Because doing the sheet metal work on the Fairlane and other stuff, those are the common gauges you use. So I didn't think the price was horrible. I was going to get 4 by 8 sheets of each gauge, but then trying to deal with moving a 4 by 8 sheet around and to cut small pieces off of. You know, my shop is only 24 by 12.5 feet wide. So, you know, trying to keep that in the shop so it didn't go all rusty. And then trying to have somewhere to move it that I can cut parts off. So I went ahead and went with a smaller metal. Now it's just standard mild steel. I think I called it cold rolled or something. But, so yeah, that was, Friday was kind of a little bit of an expense day. I'll recoup some of this. But, went to Hobo Freight. Got some sanding discs and some new grinding wheels. You know, various little things. A couple new die grinders. But mainly I needed the consumable sanding discs, grinding or flap wheels for the 4.5-inch grinder, stuff like that. And I bought a TV mount, you know, because any good shop has a TV where you can watch YouTube and the Motor Trend channel. So got to mount that, got it off my desk, which is covered in shit. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll get further done on the floors. I want to get the flooring done in the Fairlane here. So I can get on to bigger and better things. There's some other finished welding that needs to be done on the rear suspension yet. But all in all, yeah, that's what's been going on. That's just kind of we'll just call this a shop update. So anyway, guys, I just want to say I appreciate you guys watching the channel. Thank you very much. Welcome to the new subscribers. You know, really trying to get that subscriber count up. So tell your friends. And, you know, like, share, comment, questions, all the above is all welcome. And we'll see you in the shop tomorrow. Stay greasy, my friends.